Let me look at their team comp. So far, this is like a perfect game for this new strategy where I go whatever form I get first, because you have 1 range, 1 melee, 2 range, 3 range, 2 melee. But overall, I would say that I don't think going red here is bad, because red's really good into Swain, Yi, and Rammus.
Karasmai would unironically.
No, honestly, would not be that bad of an idea. Oh, thanks for the sub. Benny's, thank you for the prime. Appreciate that so much. Welcome to the best king club, my boy. So I had alt tab, I had chat closed. But either way, so we're gonna go whatever form we get first, and I'm gonna look to do a blue start full clear, because if you're on red side, a blue start full clear is the fastest full clear in the game for Kayn. And it is very important to have a fast full clear, because the faster you clear your camps, the faster they're going to spawn, the faster you can kill them again. And this is how you play a game called tempo, where you're just perma having this leverage of having faster timers, having more time to look for ganks, having more efficient resets. You know, it just kind of helps you with everything. So having a nice, fast, and efficient clear is very important. And I think if you're going to be playing red side, starting blue is not a bad option ever, because it also kind of takes away the idea of them invading you, because most of the time you start top and you path towards bot. So if you go bot to top, then you don't really have to worry about getting invaded, which is really good, because Master Yi is honestly one of those weird champs that might invade you. So you want to auto Q, and then you just want to kite it out to the right. I want to get like on this wall, not like too close into the wall, but see right there is the perfect spot. I'm just gonna auto it, and then once my Q is coming up, I'm gonna step forward like that. Yeah. I can just do 2 camps same time. Now, blue is supposed to get hit by the by both Qs there, but it's fine. And then you just want to get this Gromp into the wall, and you want to make sure that you're queuing into the wall. The reason why you're queuing into the wall is because it cancels your animation. Then you always want to kite out your camps towards your next camp as they're about to die. Then you want to start in with W here, you want to queue them all, and then instead of kiting this towards the next camp, we're going to kite it into the wall, and we're going to just queue into the wall like this. And we're just going to auto it down, auto, and then W auto, and then we're going to put 2 in queue, and we can also probably ping out where Yi is, because I'm done with my 3rd camp, so you should still be on his 3rd camp, and then you're going to put 2 in your queue, you're going to queue over this wall, you're going to hit this 4 times, and then you're going to want to get behind it. W, okay, not bad. And now we're just gonna be able to do our red buff. So having like a nice efficient full clear is very important. I think one of the most important things for Kayn. So understanding just how to clear is very important. Understanding that your first clear should always be a full clear is probably the second most important thing. So the 3 things we've already kind of went over this game is what form we're going to go, or what form we ideally would want to go. And like I said, for me this game, it's very flexible. I can go whatever form I get first, because this is a comp where it's good to go either red or blue. You know, whenever they have 4 range, you always want to go blue. 4 or 5 range, you always want to go blue. If they ever have 4 or 5 melee, you always want to go red. Yeah, thanks for the sub. But if they have like 3 range or 3 melee, then that's kind of when you can go whatever form you want first. We see Yi down there, so notice how much faster we were done with our camps than he. And now we could just look to do the scuttle. Okay. I kind of want to look for this play on Swain while we have a timer, just because Yi should be on the scuttle. I was going to say maybe we can get his flash or something, but it's okay. We can do what you call an orb gank. What do you call that? I'll put a warden mid. This is a little pressure gank. Alright, all good. Reset. Yeah, so after your full clear, that's when you look for a gank, and then you kind of just want to reset so you can go farm your camps again. You always look for plays in between your camps. You get double longsword, control ward. Gonna hold on to our trinkets as opposed to getting sweeper. Trinkets if the enemy jung is gonna gank more than you. Sweeper if you're gonna gank more than the enemy jung, and I think you might be ganking a little bit more than me. Okay, so Yi hasn't reset yet, which is really good for me because his timers are gonna be all out of whack. Because our camps are about to spawn right now, and the fact that I'm going to be starting my camp before he starts his camp means that I'm going to be getting that timer a little bit quicker, which means I'm going to have a little bit more time to look for ganks as well. And now that I'm done with my first full clear, keep in mind, the first full clear you should always just hard commit to it. You shouldn't ever really stop doing it, unless there's like obviously just like a 1 HP free gank, whatever. But after that, you can always kind of look for ganks in between your camps. So see, I'm just kind of like watching the waves. Like this is pushing in, so it's not going to be gankable. This is a reset, so it's not going to be gankable. Then you can also see top right here. It's going to be shoving in, which might be a good thing because Well, unfortunately Reducted DC'd, but if it was proper timers, then 530 would be when he's going to hit 6. But because he missed out on so much XP, he's not going to hit that 530 level 6. It would have been a free dive because this is like a slow shove, and then the crash would have been like 2.5 waves stacked on top of each other into a dive. But unfortunately he did disconnect, so it's a little bit hard to do because he's not level 6. Because Reducted level 6 is very easy to dive with. Kayn level 6 as well, but I'm not going to be level 6 and neither is he. So we might be able to go for grubs here soon. So the whole grubs or dragon, it's very important based on what the enemy jung is doing and where you have prio on the map and where you don't have prio. So if my bot lane's getting shoved in perma and my mid lane's getting shoved in perma, then I can't really look for bot plays. But see how my top laner's pretty ahead and he has like prio for us? Like he could like move for me if I wanted. That's kind of what you want to look for. So right here, here's the dive opportunity that I was kind of talking about earlier. And very important that he just kind of waits for me here. Just make sure that he dies, and then we could ping out dragon. So, okay, before I used to say you should only really go for 1 grub, but I've been kind of fiddling around with the idea of getting 3, just because getting 3 grubs kind of makes it so they're forced to go for the next 3, and that honestly helps you with like make it a future play. So it's kind of a nice investment. But this is only if you're not going to get contested. If you're going to get contested, I think you should always take 1 and just run away, because you don't really want to fight too much early game. Because notice how I'm not pathing into the Yi. I'm not trying to path to fight the Yi. Very important. If you're a Kayn main, I think you should always look to just try and avoid the enemy jungle at all costs early game. Just try to farm as much you can, build a lead naturally, I'd say, and then try and look through your lanes. Always try to play through them. So understanding like, okay, my Renekton's pretty ahead, he's doing well, we could make some plays off him. I'm gonna ping out over there, and then I'm gonna look for this invid. I wanna make sure that we have a control word on this, because Ivern is a champion that can kind of just sit here and mess with me if he wanted to. He couldn't steal the camp because he can't damage camps, but he could mess with me, definitely. Let me look for the dive here. Looks like he's trying to run away. Like he knows he's gonna get dove. Oh no, he's under tower. Got him. So I still don't know if he's actually in my bot side or not. But I just have to kind of assume that he isn't. Oh wait, no, yeah, he is. I was gonna say we have to assume that he isn't, because if I stay here and he goes top, I'm dead because he should be 6. But looks like he was bot. Might get some kills here though. That's bad. Yeah, you getting free gold is pretty scary. It looks like he only got 2 of my camps, which means I could probably go and take 2 of his if I wanted.
You'll do nothing without me.
Oh, that's another 100 gold. Well, never mind about the wolves camp. I'm not farming that. I think I'm just gonna go and farm till I get my item. So this is something that's very important, and this isn't just a Kayn thing, this is more like a jungler thing. I think you should always look to try and reset on items, or like, if there's like a bunch of camps on the map, like I'm not gonna overstay if there's nothing to do, but if there is stuff to do and you're close to an item, you should just stay and farm, in my opinion. Especially because Kayn is a bit of a lower tempo early game champ, so being able to kind of start off in that lower tempo playstyle and mindset, you can kind of just have healthier habits. Because right now, even though Yi is same KP as me and he has the stronger objective, I'm kind of keeping up with him in a situation where normally you're just going to fall really far behind, I find. If you're keeping up with the enemy jungle pre-form, by the time you get your form, it makes it really easy for you to like build leverage. Because right now, I'm not trying to like win the game first form Kayn. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I'm just trying to survive, and I'm trying to survive and be as like even or, you know, as in the game as I can be. So now I'm going to get my items, and then with Emus, I can move around the map, make more plays, and that'll help me get my form faster. Looking for the scuttle's not very worth right there because it would get contested, right? This camp. So like I said, the number one most important thing for a Kayn main is just always trying to avoid bad fights your first form. So just thinking, okay, if they have people that are going to contest this, we're probably not going to be strong enough to win if it's even numbers versus even numbers. So this is why the most important thing for Kayn mains is to understand how to utilize your mobility to make the fights uneven. So getting there first or just avoiding it at all costs, you know? Just stuff like that is very, very important. Okay, he ran up. Oh, where'd he go? I didn't even see him. No idea. I should have honestly just went for the E, I think, instead of trying to kill Swain. I had to like space out Swain to wait his ult out. That's my fault. My bad. I trolled. I'm gonna work on getting my tier 2 boots. You always want to make sure that you're getting your tier 2 boots ASAP whenever you're rushing Yumu's. Yumu should always be your first item as Blue Kayn. Always, always, always. I think Yumu's is really good right now with the changes where it gives 4% MS. Like I said, the only real strength that you have as a Kayn is the high mobility. Now that he has no ult and I have ult, see, this is like kind of something that you could use to build leverage, is understanding timers. So understanding, okay, if someone doesn't have flash and you do have flash, or someone doesn't have ult and you do have ult. Oh, that's huge. Yeah, Renekton's a monstrous champion. And now because he is dead, you always kind of want to think, what can I do when the enemies are off the map? And because he's dead, I should look to invade his camps. Rammus is there. So since we see Rammus, we can just look for the dive. I don't think they need me, but just in case they did, I can just hover it. Yeah, they do, I think. Okay. Pretty sure that we're still taking the camps, though. Because whenever you're taking the camps, you're just making it so you're always going to have that gold XP advantage on them. Makes it so they're less likely to fight you. But you know what? I'm actually thinking right now, I don't think I go for the dragon here because I got his bot side camps, right? So if I go top side, I can make sure that he doesn't get all 3 grubs, maybe. And I can also make sure I defend my my top side camps. I think the golden XP leverage is more important to play through. If they want to duo the dragon, they can, but I think I should play for this. Okay, they did get all the grubs, but as long as I'm defending my camps, I think playing for camps is the most important thing.
This is as it was meant to be.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait out his ulti. I gotta flash that wall, flash away from the wall, because I might just get Iverned. Nice. So I don't really want to go for the Gromp because of how low I am, but yeah, just looking to kind of force on them whenever you have leverage, because look at how ahead our top is, and then Ari was also there for the rotation. Rammus just rotated for like a good minute and a half, so it was unlikely that he was still going to be topside there. I mean, he could have, and that could have maybe went bad for us, but it was like a calculated risk, I think. Okay, every time you're into an Ivern, anytime they have 2 or more shielders on the team, you should always go Serpents. Serpents is the best second item if it meets the criteria. Because, you know, Barrier, Ashe, and then you have Ivern who just has an abundance of shields. And his entire kit is like shields, so it's not bad to get Serpents just for one Ivern because it literally just mitigates the entire champion's design. His entire, like, strength is just that. If you take it away, pretty good. I don't think he went to his bot side, so just counting his CS at this point, because you could just press tab. A lot of people always, they always complain about how like spastic I could be with like spamming tab and whatnot, but it is very important. It is very helpful because like being able to read something like, okay, look at his CS or look at the items, or you know, just soaking up information is one of the most important things you can do as a jungler, I think. And yeah, notice how the second I got my blue form, I just look to play as aggressive as I can. And I think one of the most important things to keep in mind is you shouldn't like have this like perma-aggression mindset. You should learn to play aggressive through your leverages. So let's say I have a head laner. Oh, okay, I could play aggressive around this guy. Let's say I'm ahead and I have my ulti and my flash. Okay, I could play aggressive off myself, right? Let's say there's an objective and we know we can win the fight because we just have more gold. You have more ultis, more sum spells, then that's when you play aggressive. So kind of just understanding this hot, cold play style of, okay, we don't have advantage. Like, okay, right here we only have 3 people on the map, but, you know, Draven and Elise are both low. We should play a little bit smarter. There, 1 second. Can I do anything about this? No, I don't think so. Oh, I can. Sweet. And see, I don't really need to chase because what I just tell you about leverages, it's more likely that he could have people rotate first for him than I could have people rotate first for me. But if I stall, and this is one of Kayn's greatest features in the mid to late game, is how long you can stall a scenario. Because you just have so much mobility, so when they finally get on you, then you can just ulti, go inside somebody, and boom. Yeah, I want to get this camp first because I know that's just a free kill for us. Not a bad idea to send Rift in. Whenever you have Rift, you should always look to take the T1 towers off the map. That's the #1 priority of every single Rift, is taking the T1 towers off the map. Someone in the bush. Yeah, anytime, notice whenever you ult, I just instantly ult myself. Yeah, I didn't want to like jump in there. I don't know if we can kill that guy. Alright, not bad. Gonna kill him, but I didn't die, which is good. We just need anti-ult. Good little communication with the boys. So yeah, Serpents. And then I think third item, you should pretty much always go Grudge. So your second item, it's always going to be between 3 items. It's going to be either Edge of Night if they have a lot of point-click CC, which is just like, you know, like maybe like a Rammus taunt or, you know, Pantheon W, stuff like that. Which they don't really have that much because I can usually space them out. Or you go Serpents if they have 2 or more shields, which is pretty common, especially in this meta. And if they don't really have a lot of CC or shielding, that's when you go Axiom Arc. Because I think Axiom Arc is a very snowballing item. Because having your ult up, because keep in mind, your ult equals a play. Every time you have your ult, you can make a play on the map, essentially. So having your ult up more often, really good for tempo, especially with this amount of mobility. And then yeah, third item, you pretty much will always get Grudge. So at this point, I can get Grudge. Sometimes if no one on your team builds anti-heal, which is a big necessity in the comps like this, especially with like a Fed Swain, then you can go Mortal Reminder, but you pretty much always want to go Grudge, which is very niche. Then after that, we'll see. Usually you can get GA or you just get more damage, keep getting lethality items, like I can get Axiom after GA. Yeah, the thing about supports like that is that most of the time when they go in and they're very separated, and your team has good like disengage, you can just kill them, even though he's like a tank. Okay, so the macro from mid to late game is pretty much what you just saw. You just look to force objectives. With Red Kayn, you look to teamfight the objectives, but with Blue, you kind of look for like picks and you look to like poke them out. So being in that position with Ahri and a Kayn, if we hit any CC, I just go in, one-shot them, and then we just play it slow after that.
By the way, if this was Karasmai,
Kinda cycle in your combos.
win this game.
Yeah, thanks this up.
Profonzer donated $8.
Oh, wait,
Hey Karasmai. It's my homie Dash's birthday. You're the reason he played Kayn. He loves your streams. Was wondering if you can shout out and tell him happy birthday to make his day.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that after game, because, sorry, I didn't really hear the name, because the donation alert for some reason on my end is very low, but I'll do it after game. I got you. It's a donation. I thought that was a sub, but it was a dono. Thank you. Sure, I got you. That's a good pick. Just let them get the kill. They don't really need me there. My ult's coming up soon, so we could maybe look for a play soon.
This is as it was meant to be.
I missed my W. I'm trolling. Flash towards my team there. Nice. What am I doing? I'm eating every single... Oh, I'm trolling so hard. No one saw that. You also honestly could go Executioner and Grudge if you're really ahead. Which I am. So I might just do that. Yeah, my bad. I'm trolling, bro. I'm getting... Dude, those Ivern Q shootout so quick. I don't even have time to react to it. I ate both for free, lost my flash, and I died for free. But it's okay. Just means more game time. Yeah, sometimes you get a little bit too antsy with playing Kayn. You just want to fight and kill people, especially when your ult is up. But right there, we should just play it slow because, yeah, it was a siege and Renekton was working them top. Just something as simple as, like, understanding that Renekton's top and he's able to do so much because all their gold is on one player, and if that one player is opposite side of our strongest player, and it's very easy for that Renekton just to do whatever he wants. So honestly, all we had to do was just like not fight, just like chill and poke, and let Renekton do his thing. But like I said, I got too antsy. Unfortunately for me, I'm a bit of an antsy player, so I always be making crazy mistakes.
My greatness has been realized.
All right. So right now, at this point, the best macro play for us would be to just look to do the Baron, because Renekton bot means that we just get free Baron setup essentially.
The blade of millennia.
Because right now, this is an auto-shoving lane. Renekton's in a position where he's shoving. We need Elise. I think Elise forgets that she's the support. Because the thing is that I can't really tank this. At least solo tank it. And if I am tanking it, I'm 50% damage reduction, so it's pretty much Draven like soloing the Baron. But yeah, the reason why you would do Baron in this circumstance is because you have pressure here, and then if they walk up, we could always just get off and turn because we have a good pick comp with Elise, Ahri, and Kayn. Understanding kind of what your comp is strong at is very important with playing jungle. That's kind of like a more advanced tip, I'm not going to lie to you. Because I think that as a good Kayn main, the number one thing you have to understand as well is that you have to be a good jungler, so kind of learning to adapt and play towards your strengths. Because not every game you could be the sole strength of the team, which, you know, normally I would love, but the thing is you kind of find value through like understanding your team's wants and needs. So just understanding like basic concepts of what you want to work around. Like if you have good team fight, you could look to like team fight more. If you have good skirmishing, you could look to skirmish more, which is like a smaller team fight, like 2v2s, 3v3s. Then, you know, good pick comp. I mean, that's Kayn's bread and butter right there, so just kind of looking for picks. Waiting for anyone to overextend, and just forcing on them. I should get blue because we're sieging right now, and blue is very important for sieging. Especially now that it's a global buff. And then I'll just come around. One of the many, many perks of being such a high mobility assassin is that I can do whatever the hell I want, just get wherever the hell I want. So, there isn't really much downtime from me being off the map. See right there, when they're grouped in that situation, it's a little bit dangerous. I'm just gonna kill Daisy here.
I was forged by the
Really makes Ivern useless if you can just kill Daisy. Same concept with like Yorick. Their champions are heavily like kitted around their ulti. The shields and the ulti, you take away the ulti, and then you break the shields. Easy game. So because we have Baron, we should just like triple wave stack and just pressure. Yeah, I don't think we need a reset. They're like 4v5 on the map right now. I can just go in for some poke.
By the way, if this was Karasmai, it would unironically
Gonna
win
ulti.
this game.
Bro, how do you do your first clear so fast?
Oh! Honestly, them going for me is not bad because we just got 2 towers. Oh, thanks for the reset. I'll walk you through it again next game. Just takes a little bit of practice. Ooh, nice. Yeah, them using everything on me and then like chasing me instead of getting the towers. Not the best idea. Yeah, the main thing about that is just like forcing a fight so we can end. Well, that's pretty straightforward game. See, the game gets really scary whenever you're going 30+ minutes with Blue Kayn, but if you can end early, that is the most ideal thing you can do. GG's.